Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, it is Friday morning, which as we all know means new Rust item store. This week we have a whopping 16 skins, all except one being naval themed. But before we get into that, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who gave me some love and support on my last few videos. All the likes, comments, subscribes, they really mean a lot to me. Content creation has been something I wanted to do for as long as I can remember, especially when it comes to Rust. So getting that positive feedback from you guys really helps push me to continue doing what I'm doing. So thank you guys again. Also, as I said last week, down in the description you will find the links to my other social media platforms. I post all the weekly skins on my Instagram, as well as a random daily Rust skin for people who might be into that. Alright, that's enough of me yapping. Now let's get into the skins this week. Now, due to the Naval update being released today, almost every single skin on the item store is related to that, so fingers crossed you were waiting for that, otherwise you might be a bit disappointed with the item store this week. But kicking it off, we have the boat door, that is all it's called, which I can't show you here, but I'll throw a picture up on screen. It looks exactly like the boat building material and blends in perfectly with that. Obviously you can see through it, and this is just a normal wooden door, so this would go perfectly on your starter base. You can see straight through it. This is actually a crazy skin to be able to see if you're getting door camped early game or not. Moving over to our first glow skin of this week, I believe, the Frigate sheet metal door. This is a fairly nice looking door skin. In all honesty, it's not really what I expected from this week. I kind of had an idea in my head of what kind of skins I was expecting, and a lot of the skins this week just didn't match up to what I had, which is no one's fault except my own. But in all honesty, I was a little bit disappointed when I saw the skin store. But that's not to say that there's anything wrong with these skins. And while this might not be my cup of tea, it's still a fairly nice looking sheet metal door skin. Moving over to the rest of our deployables, we have all more this week. Last week we didn't have many at all. This week we have a bunch. So to kick it off, we have the Sinotype Navy box. Now the Sinotype set is very popular. These obviously all glow in the dark, and it is nice to have a continuation of the set, which I believe this is the only set continuation. Actually, I lied, we have one more weapon. But all in all, a fairly nice looking box. I actually do own the Sinotype set myself, so I had to pick this up. Moving over to our small box skin this week, we have the Curse of the Drowned Treasure Chest. This is one of those skins that utilizes the transparency feature. As you can see, this is not the normal height of a small box, and you can see straight into the center of it here. You've got all your gold and jewelry from plundering the 7 seas. This box does glow, as you would hope. Pretty cool skin, and honestly only one of the like real piratey skins this week. The rest of the skins are more like ocean themed in general. I thought we'd get way more pirate skins, but it is only the first week, and I'm sure we will get heaps more going down the line, because that is always what happens when we get an update like this. We will just be getting flooded with skins for months. Moving over to our, I believe this is only our second, maybe third ever spinning wheel skin. The spinning wheel is one of those super annoying things that you get out of barrels when you don't want them, and it's nice that we actually have somewhat of a use for them. We also have a dartboard skin for this, but now we have a steering wheel skin, which is pretty cool. These obviously serve no purpose outside of being decorative, but if you're someone like me who loves to spice their base up a little bit and add some decorations, this would be a great skin for you. This is called the Dutch steering wheel. I don't think I said that at the start, but the Dutch steering wheel. Moving on to our final deployable, we have the Castaway Furnace. This is obviously meant to look like it's banged together with some metal. It honestly kind of looks a bit like the cyber metal armor skin, just with some holes and rope around the bottom. Not a huge fan of this furnace skin. Not sure how well it really fits the navy theme, but in saying that, I haven't actually seen any of these skins being used with the boats or anything like that, so it might fit nicely when used properly. Alright, moving on, we have our weapon and tool skins this week. Now this is the only non-naval themed skin we have, and it is our first SKS skin. Well, the first official SKS skin that we can purchase. The training SKS, which I mentioned last week, you can now actually view in game, but you're still not able to buy it for some reason. So I'm still not 100% sure what is going on there. But here we have the Seeker SKS. The Seeker set is one of those ones that people consider extremely pay to win just due to the iron sights on them. And if I pull out another SKS, actually doesn't look like this one is overly heavily modified, so this might be our first Heatseeker skin that's not considered pay to win, which may be a little bit controversial, but nonetheless, it is here. I honestly thought we would get more SKS skins this week. I really thought we would get more than one, considering we had a total of 16 skins. I thought we would at least get maybe 2 SKS skins this week, but here is our first official in-game one. Moving back over to the Navy theme, we have the Corsair double barrel shotgun. All in all, a fairly nice looking double barrel shotgun, actually. Not gonna hate on this. This is probably actually one of the nicest looking skins this week, if I'm being completely honest. And this is more of what I was hoping from this week, like the pirate theme looking skins. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So when I heard we were getting a naval update and I thought we were gonna get a ton of pirate skins, I was super excited. So as I said earlier, I'm a little bit disappointed with the skins this week, but this one is not one of those skins. So yeah, I actually really like this one. Moving over to our old Pirate Revolver. Here's another piratey skin. I think there's probably a little bit too much green on this one. I understand the vibe that they were going for. Maybe it's supposed to look like it was like dropped, obviously like dropped on the bottom of the ocean or something like that. And it's collected like algae and rust over time, but I think there might be a little bit too much going on, if I'm being honest. But it is a pirate skin, and I did say I wanted those, so I can't really complain all that much. We do get the red tip on this revolver as well. That does it for our weapons. Time to look at our tools. So we have a full set of tools this week, actually. The Deep set. We have the Deep Pickaxe, and both of these glow. So we've got like, I want to say wooden handle with like fish eggs in it, but I'm not entirely sure. And the head actually kind of looks like squid tentacles. I'm not too sure what is actually going on with this skin, but it is pretty nice looking. And we have the hatchet here as well, which again has like the squid tentacles. Maybe it's meant to be like Kraken themed, because that kind of looks like the front of this kind of looks like the beak of the Kraken. Maybe I could be talking out of my ass, but not a terrible looking skin set. Now over to our final skins. We have the clothing skins this week, and to be honest, this is where most of my disappointment comes from in terms of the lack of pirate theme. We have a total of 5 clothing items, and none of them really fit that piratey vibe that I was really hoping for. I know we do have existing pirate sets already, so it is nice to see a little bit of a change up, but most of these don't seem like they're going to be sets. They just seem like they might be standalone pieces, which is fun every now and then, but I had a little bit higher expectations this week. So to start off with, we have the Naval Camo Hoodie and the Naval Camo Pants. This is probably the only clothing skins this week that I do see some set potential for, and to be honest, they're not bad looking skins by any means. I think we definitely already have some pants and hoodies that look quite similar in terms of like the blue camo, but we do get the extra details with the button up on the front. You get the belt and the shoulder pads and the knee pads as well, which does differentiate this skin a little bit. I think it would have been cool if we'd got like some sort of naval cap or some form of hat that went with this. Maybe would have just felt like the set was a little bit more complete. We have so many pants and hoodie combos that just never get anything else added for them, and you very rarely ever see them get used. I'm not saying this is going to be one of those sets, but that's just how it comes across to me when we only get like the pants and hoodie. Moving over to our jacket skin, our snow jacket skin this week, the Deep Sea Captain Jacket. Not a terrible looking skin, quite a bit of detail on the front. In all honesty, I cannot ever tell you that I've seen someone in Rust wear a snow jacket, and we've been getting quite a lot of skins for them recently. I'm not sure if maybe that's like the new meta with the arm inserts and stuff like that, but to my knowledge, the normal jacket and hoodie is still a better combination. But for those 3 people that use the snow jackets, here is another skin for you guys. And now we have our burlap head wrap skin, which is the jelly head wrap. And I know I said last week that I love the goofier skins in Rust, and yes, this is another one of the skins that you just would see someone wearing and just be lost for words. Very silly looking. Obviously it's meant to look like a jellyfish, and I believe this one does glow as well. And finally, we have our final skin this week, which is the Life Vest Hide shirt. I'm actually not disappointed with this one. While it is not part of a set, it is one of those singular items that I think goes well as an individual item. That makes sense. We do have a life jacket metal chest plate, but here is a cheaper alternative that anyone can use, and it is a nice silly skin, so I'm pretty happy with this one. All right, let's jump in and have a look at the glow skins this week. We have quite a few glowing skins this week. We go back over to the sheet metal door, which obviously glows. You've got the top glowing all around here, and both of our box skins glow this week as well. Sinotype 1 and the Curse of the Drowned one here. This one looks very nice at night time. Here is the Furnace skin quickly as well. Also, both of our tool skins this week glow. We'll take a look at them glowing in the hand. Very nice. And our jellyfish cap as well is the only glowing clothing item this week, which is pretty cool looking. And that does it for the Rust item store for the 6th of February 2026. If you guys couldn't tell already, I was pretty disappointed by the item shop this week. We had a couple nice skins, and it was nice to get our first SKS skin, but I honestly had some higher expectations this week. I know you can't please everyone, but it just felt like it was a bit of a letdown. As I said earlier, I know we'll probably get a ton more Navy skins within the next coming weeks, but in saying that, we also have Valentine's Day next week. We have the Lunar New Year's, and they only release a limited amount of skins every single week, so I feel like we're probably not going to get too many more Navy skins over the next couple weeks. That might come further down the line, and I'm honestly hoping we get some more pirate themed ones. I know it's not the pirate update, it's the Navy update, but when you give us these big wooden ships that look like pirate ships, and you give us cannons and islands and things like that, there's like a theme to it, and was hoping we would get some skins that represented that. But that is enough of me whinging. In terms of skin news, we have the Artist DLC pack, which has been released this morning as well. So I'll be making a separate video having a quick look at that. We also have some more news in terms of new skinnable items. We'll be getting the barbecue skin soon, so you'll be able to make some skins for the barbecue for the couple people that still use them after they removed the storage room from them. But in all seriousness, it is nice to be able to have at least, you know, a couple skins for every item in the game. I think it's a bit disappointing when you have a nice decorated base and then you just have those one or two items that are just like default skins. So it is nice to be able to have the ability to at least put skins on things like a barbecue. I don't have any more images for the Lunar New Year's stuff. However, the horse mask that I spoke about in the Twitch drops video, I believe it was, does actually have 3 variants. We have a unicorn, a black horse mask, and a brown horse mask, I want to say. And I will chuck a picture of the 3 variants up on screen now. I'm actually not entirely sure when those skins will be coming out. Obviously on the Lunar New Year, but I'm actually not sure when that is. And round 48 of the Rust Twitch drops is now live. So if you haven't started collecting those, now is the time to do so. You have 10 days and there's 14 skins, 4 of which you can get as just general drops, so you don't have to stress too much. But there is some absolutely crazy skins over there, so be sure to check them out. And if you want to view them in more detail, the last video I posted is a showcase and review of those. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. As I said earlier, I really appreciate the support. I apologize for my little negative whinge in today's video, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Are you happy with the skins this week? Are you a little bit disappointed as I am? Did you want to see more pirate themed skins, or is that just me? Feel free to share any thoughts, opinions down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day.